Many congratulations to the top three qualifiers for the FIA Formula One British Grand Prix. In third place, Lando Norris. In second place, Oscar Piastri, and taking the 44th pole position of his F1 career. And his third here at Silverstone, our pole sitter, Max Verstappen. Many congratulations, Max. What a final lap from you. Just how good was it?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, it was not easy out there also to just produce a consistent lap time just because of the wind, the gusts as well that you got out there. I mean, the car was moving around a lot, even just on straights. So sometimes a bit unpredictable, in places because of it. But luckily that last lap came together quite nicely. Just had to commit a lot in the high speed with this low downforce that we have on the car, which we just tried to build up on. And luckily in Q3 that worked out.
You were fourth after those first runs of Q3. Just where did you find the time on that last lap?
Everywhere except the last sector. So every single corner a little bit. My first lap, I don't know, it just felt really different to Q2. Just more oversteer, more understeer in places. And that then made the lap not amazing, but I never thought, of course, that I could find whatever it was, almost 410s, I think. So it worked. So I'm happy with that.
Max, it's been a bit of a recurring theme at Red Bull this year. Unhappy on Friday, big changes overnight, and you guys get it together for a Saturday. Just how different does the car feel today compared to yesterday?
In some places, quite different. I mean, yesterday I was just understeering a lot, but at the same time also having oversteer in places. So it was very difficult to balance. And I think today we definitely improved the understeer. And that just allowed me to push a bit more, because I mean, understeer is slow, especially in F1. So we just needed to try and minimize that.
So let's look ahead to tomorrow. You have good straight line speed. We saw that today. Just how confident are you in the long run pace of the car?
Yeah, I mean, let's see. I mean, just go in there, try to do the best we can. Naturally, normally in the race runs, we struggle a bit more on just tire life. And I don't know how that will be tomorrow. I think we have to wait and see a little bit also how the weather will be in general, if there's some rain or not. The straight line speed is nice, I think, to have, but you still need to manage the tires around here. It's very tough with all these high speed corners. But I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, I'm not really in a battle, so just try to have fun and try to get the best possible result.
All right. Very good luck with that. Thank you, Max. Well done today. Oscar, let's come to you now. You were fastest after those first runs of Q3. At the time, do you think it was going to be good enough for pole?
It was a good lap. I was very happy with it. But I kind of felt like every session the track was improving a bit. So, or every run the track was improving a bit. So I felt like I probably needed a bit more, which was correct. So the second lap was a bit scruffy. Couple of moments that it caught me a bit by surprise. So, I mean, I always hate blaming wind, but I needed to see if it was the wind. Just also maybe trying a bit too hard in a couple of places as well to make up for it. So, overall pretty happy. It's been tight all weekend, especially through qualifying. So, P2 is not a bad result.
Oscar, as you say, it is very tight, just 0.2 of a second separating the top five in qualifying. Have you been surprised by just how close it is?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think for me, what's the biggest surprise is how each car is generating their lap time. You look at the speed traces and they all look completely different, but they end up basically at the same point at the end of the lap. So that's been quite interesting to get our heads around. I'm not that surprised that Max is quick here. It's quite similar to Suzuka, similar conditions to Suzuka. Clearly, they found some pace from yesterday. So I think the big surprise was Ferrari yesterday, and even this morning. So not a huge surprise that it was so tight. Maybe how many teams were involved was a surprise, but it's been tight in 9 out of 10 qualifyings through the year.
Interesting that you reference Suzuka. Do you think we'll see more overtaking tomorrow here at Silverstone than we did see in the Japanese Grand Prix?
I hope so, because there wasn't a whole lot in Japan. So let's see. I think the tires will be a bit more interesting than they were in Japan potentially, and then also with the different strengths of different cars that will, we'll see which seems to be the better compromise tomorrow. So I hope so. I hope it's good for one overtake. Then I'd be pretty happy. But let's wait and see.
All right, very well done today. Good luck to you. And Lando, let's come to you now. Great job as well. It's incredibly close at the front. Just how smooth was the session for you, first of all?
Reasonably smooth. I mean, as smooth as I could probably ask for. Yeah, most of my laps were all pretty decent. Just Q1 was the only little nervous one, just with how close it was. Yeah, from the front to last, really. So otherwise, I think, yeah, all good. Most laps always improved and found good lap time. Probably, yeah, just my final one would have hoped to find just that little bit more. Just didn't, quite get the grip out of it in some corners and the right balance. But, I'm still happy with the third. So.
Pirelli have gone one step softer with the tyres this year. Just how much of a factor do you think that's going to be in the race?
I mean, certainly can play a factor. I mean, it was very warm yesterday comparing to today and comparing to what it's going to be tomorrow. So, and there's also some rain expected for tomorrow. So, I think let's wait and see. I think it could still be a difference in strategies. And like Oscar said, every car gets lap time quite differently. We probably see him a little bit more in the middle of both a Red Bull and a Ferrari, but I think it can easily make a lot of opportunity come everyone's way tomorrow. So probably expecting a tough, but an exciting race.
All right, Lando, thank you for that. Let's now open this to the floor. We've got some questions. Name and publication, please. First one.
Tim Harini, TSN. Question for Max. Max, congratulations. This looked like a heck of a lap. You did touch on this a little bit, but I was wondering if you could just provide a little more context to it. Starting a weekend off difficult, the evolution of the race car itself. How much work actually goes into that over the weekend to get the car to sort of come to you?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes more than other weekends. I think it just caught us out yesterday that we had that much understeer in the car, which we didn't expect to happen. So then, you need to work around with the tools that you have. Luckily we went into the right direction with it.
Thank you, Max. Next, please. Yeah, here at the front.
Erwin Jeggi, Motorsport.com. Question for Max. How much did the updated floor contribute to today's performance? And does today's performance make you more optimistic for the rest of the season? Thank you.
I'm not sure, of course, how much it did, but for sure it brought something, and I'm happy, of course, with any kind of upgrade that we get on the car. And, we just keep learning, keep trying to be better and take it race by race, what we can do.
Thank you. Next.
Andrew Benson, BBC Sport. Max, could you explain the thinking behind the choice of the low downforce setup, given the various compromises to do with straight line speed, raceability, tyre wear, wet weather, etc., etc.?
Yeah, we looked a bit slow yesterday on the other wing. Plus, I was just understeering to the moon, so I had to try and reduce a bit that understeer, and it seemed to work. I mean, it is light on downforce for sure. I mean, you can see that, I guess, but it seemed to hold on, and that's why we decided to stick with it, and we'll see what we get from it tomorrow in the race.
Thank you. Another one.
Simon Arbley from Nevis Radio. Question yet again for Max. Obviously, the grid's looking quite tight. You've got Oscar beside you. You've got Charles Leclerc a few spaces back, and you've got three very hungry Brits. Are you going to be doing a race tomorrow looking forwards, or will you be doing a race defending more?
Well, I guess naturally I have everyone behind, so I have to look behind me and see what will happen. But for sure, I can see a proper battle. Even in the long runs, I think there were a lot of cars that were quick, and I think even in qualifying, it was all quite tight. So and like Oscar said, like quite different lap time gains. Some quick on the straight, some quick in the corners, and I think it's just going to depend on who can keep their tires alive in the stint.
Thank you. Another one. Thank you.
Alex Kalinauckas, The Athletic. Question to Max, please. A couple of your pole positions this year have come at real drivers' tracks in terms of Suzuka early on in the season and then here today at Silverstone. I just wondered, do the two compare in your mind in terms of the challenge of getting things wrong at such high-speed corners and such fine margins? Thank you.
Well, I think it's naturally also tracks that I just enjoy more. I don't like street circuits in general. I just like the high speed where you have to be committed. It's more flowing. That's really where an F1 car comes alive. Now, naturally, of course, the car has to work with you, right? And we know that on these kind of tracks, the car just comes alive a bit more. But as you could see yesterday, we were also, struggling a lot with our balance. So we had to fix that as well, to be able to do what we did today.
Yeah, we have watched the post-qualifying press conference with Max Verstappen, Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. The first thing is that I want to say we're sorry for yesterday. We had some technical problems and we couldn't manage to make any videos for our viewers, for our subscribers for this British Grand Prix. And also just one more time to remind it. Sorry for being at the right bottom of the screen. We must do this because of the YouTube rules. And as always, I will comment a little bit, let's say, about the press conference and their performances at the qualifying. I will start with Max Verstappen. As you know, as you have watched all week, Max Verstappen was struggling, understeer, oversteer. The car was absolutely sliding in everywhere, but somehow they today at the qualifying is just find that the perfect setup, and I think it was just surprise of the day for today's qualifying. Just Max Verstappen did an amazing job, and I think he just deserved that first position. But as I said, like, it was a surprise for me. I wasn't expecting this kind of performance from the Max Verstappen. I was, let's say, expecting to see something from the Ferrari, from Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc, because they were, let's say, so pretty fast today, but they just lift that car a little bit to not get any ban or something like that from the race, to not to have disqualifying. And I think it was just, let's say, surprise of the day for the Max Verstappen and for the Red Bull fans. And if we talk about Oscar Piastri, I think he had the opportunity to take that pole position, but that mistake that he did on his last push, I think he just lost the pole position to the Max Verstappen. But I know that these tracks are different from the last week, but their race pace was so epic. Maybe we will see something like that in here, but as always, when you are in a front, you have that clean air advantage, and I think Max will use it until the end of the race. And I think he is my favorite for the tomorrow for the winning the race. But also Oscar Piastri's qualifying performance, I think it was very well, and also the McLaren's performance, like a team, like a car, I think they deserve it much more better. But as I said, just we saw magic from the Max Verstappen and Lando Norris. Like last year, he finished at the third position. Also this year at the Silverstone, at the home race, like he will try best of him tomorrow to maybe to win the race and to gain a much more advantage with Oscar Piastri. But I think today he was so far away from his last week's performance. Like in this track, he's just, let's say, a little bit struggling. But with this car, with this car's race pace, there is a lot of opportunities about the McLaren. But he needs to think firstly to overtake immediately Oscar Piastri and to start to fight with the Max Verstappen. If he stays at the behind Oscar Piastri for a couple of laps, I think he will lose the chance to win this race. And also, like as always, I'm not going to comment anything the questions of the interviewers, of the journalists. I will leave that comments, that thoughts to our viewers, and I will finish my comments about the press conference. Just don't forget to like it, to subscribe to the channel, and wait for the other video that we will have with the interviews of the drivers, post-qualifying interviews of the drivers.